Happy New Year! This was another great year, right? So what happened? Well, first I lost my camera stick, so that was a sad part of the year, and then I found it. It was in the sofa. I'll show you actually, I'm using it right now. I was looking for this thing. Yeah, in the sofa. So the year 2025 wasn't complete loss. And they told me I'm grumpy. No, I'm not. I'm very optimistic. Finally, after whatever, how long I was teasing this, I finished my amazing software for editing EP loops and multisamples and samples. For now, it's Windows only. Yeah, where's my Mac version? Well, it's nowhere because I'm just a person here and I can't really clone myself. If people are interested, yes, the Mac version could be in the pipeline. Maybe this will just die and my next video will be about, little tiny furry animals, or I don't know, geese. Is it the murder of geese? No, gaggle of geese. It's a murder of crow. That could be also my next video. What was I talking about? Oh, I know, the software. Yeah, Mac version. Not yet. Windows version, done. And I made it into two versions. One is totally free, and it's basically just the core of the whole ideas. This free version is when you absolutely don't want to give me any money, which I understand. Unfortunately, the taxman doesn't see that as a viable argument. But then there is the pro version. It has so much stuff in it that even I'm surprised. Two versions. Today we will go through that. There is also one homework for you because I don't actually have the KO2. I will post a little file and show you what to test, because I wanted to know if KO2 supports looped instrument. Like I know it doesn't support multi-sample instrument. They didn't put that in. But for example, Medieval supports looped single instrument. So the instrument, which is just one sample, but it has a loop inside, and that's the sustain loop. When you hold it, it will be looping inside. I want to know if KO2 has that. I actually thought the Medieval could play multi-sampled instruments, but it can, yes, but only the ones which it has. You cannot upload multi-sampled instrument yet to Medieval because they just didn't include the code. For now, the EP-40 is the latest and the one which actually does everything. Medieval and KO2 are really behind. So hopefully, maybe, this is not my prediction, but this is my wish, that in 2026, Teenage Engineering will bring the firmware of KO2 and Medieval up to the speed. Medieval is still stuck in the medieval times. If you are thinking about buying one of these, where's this stuff? The EP-40 will give you everything that you could possibly want, and you should buy the rhythm. That's what I'm trying to say. And on that account of my YouTube adventure, please, if you like these videos, please subscribe or comment, even if you actually don't like them. I'm just trying to communicate. I kind of failed on all the other methods of communication, especially like email. So again, yeah, please subscribe to this. Leave a comment. So I just wanted to know if this is complete waste of time or it makes any sense. Let's go to my computer now, okay? Oh, let's do it. So this is just the very basic overview how this whole thing works. This should be the same thing for the free version and the pro version. This is the situation right now where we are at this January. EP-40 has the latest firmware and it can do all these things. The Medieval and the KO2 are nowhere near. And I need to check this part, if we can have a sustained loop instruments
in KO2, so you'll get a homework. And if you're looking at this in January and thinking which one of these boxes should I buy, it's kind of obvious. It's the green orange monster which you need to buy. This guy has everything you want. Let's start from the very beginning. Into this space you can load any WAV files and then work on them. When you install this application, you will get 3 WAV files just to try. They are in the place where you install the application, and you can just either open them with file open, or you can just drag and drop them there. So for example, the piano, as you see, there are many regions, and again, if you are new to this, then I have to tell you, Rhythm supports these regions, but only 8 of them per sample. So it is one sample which has 8 different notes, and I set them as 8 different regions. These could be uploaded to EP-40 and then play as a multi-sampled instrument or drum kit or many other things. At this moment, Medieval or KO2 cannot play these multi-sample instruments. They will not recognize anything more than one region. It's not finished on Medieval. They never finished it. So hopefully one day they will fix this. Let's just kill everything here. So I'm taking a region and remove all regions. So imagine this is a WAV file you recorded. You just pressed a couple of times a few keys like this. And then you want to create a multi-sample instrument. So anywhere you click, this is your playback, where the playback starts, right? Very simple. When you press spacebar, starts the playback. Now the selection tool is when you hold the control, the cursor will change and then drag somewhere. This is the selection. So, and again, this red thing, this red selection, that's for you. If you save right now this WAV file, this selection is not going to be saved because this is just your selection. And when this is set, it will loop in that selection, the playback. We are going to make a couple of regions. I have this file, so I can just put my cursor here where I want to split or create a region. And then I can go here to this button which says split at cursor, and if I click that, it will create 2 regions. And the same way, I'll just split here, go here, split here, and just create the regions back. If I click on the header of the region, this will select the region with my red selection tool. So I don't have to control select the region like that with holding control. You have these regions. If I click on the header between those regions, I can then drag and change the region. As you can see, I was just doing this really badly, so I want to make it nice. So this is still the same thing with the free version or the full version, kind of manual process. The full version has many other things where you don't even have to do that because it will find the regions by itself. Now, the next thing, once I have the regions, as you can see, they kind of have all random roots. So whatever it says here on the top of region is the root of the note. That should be the tone which displays. So I'm going to cheat, okay? I don't remember them. So I'm going to load the pre-made one into the free version. And so I'm A3, C4, D sharp 4, F sharp 4, A4. Okay, so this is my cheat, right? So, so this one was A3, and you can just either select it visually, like in this case. This would be C4, or just type it C4, and then you have to click update. F #4 update. Okay, so I copied all the root nodes to the regions. This keyboard here shows where are the regions mapped. These are the root nodes where they have the little square, and the regions are not defined well, like overlapping. This is just mess because we didn't touch that. If you double click on this, then you go into the editing of it. Now they're all kind of stacked here. You see I'm actually doing it visually, setting up the regions, the node regions where this region applies. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And it's the same thing like setting them here. This is the visual way. And basically that's it. That's what I've done here. Now, one of the things is when you move the bottom edge of this, you have attached regions. When you move the upper half, it goes diagonally, and that's a shared region. So in this case, if I move it like that, this node is shared between this region and the other regions. In some other video, I kind of explain why this is, and I think it's some sort of maybe overlooked bug or something inside the EP which requires to have shared regions. When you upload the WAV file to EP, in EP there is a little process which takes the regions and create like some internal representation of these regions, and if the regions are not shared, the little software which works on EP will make them shared. I have no idea why. And it could make them shared badly. It could choose wrong node. And someone who was making these for Medieval already kind of realized that. They made the shared regions where they want to. And in that case, EP will not make shared regions. So it will not make this mistake because you are setting your shared regions first. So in my case, I would put the shared region here. So EP would not make the bad shared region, which is like this. I don't know if it makes any sense. In the Pro version, there is many automatic ways to do these things, and they will all make the shared regions. So basically, that's it. You just created the very first multi-sample instrument, and then all you need to do is save. Well, we can go here to the global settings and check what is there. The multi-sample instruments need to be key or legato, and the usual is the key. The legato, for example, like a flute or something which has a looping points, this is where you can use legato. But without looping points, and there are no looping points in this, this is a piano. Piano doesn't necessarily have a sustained looping because it has decay. That's key. Don't use legato with this thing. It would not sound good. And you can change different things. For example, the default root. The default root is where the EP will choose the keyboard mapping. So in this case, if you put C4, as soon as you select this sample, the keyboard will be mapped to the fourth octave. If you select C3, then as soon as you select this sample in EP, it would also change the keyboard to the third octave. If you select like some other note, it won't really change anything. The number is important from EP, which will set the octave. So I'm setting this one to C4 as my default root. The release in nodes like these, which you want to have a decay, you can set release to 55, which is already set here. If you save this and upload it to EP-40, then you have your multi-sampled instrument, and it will sound cool. Now the last thing what I want to do with this quick overview is that each of these little tiny regions can have a loop point, right? Again, whatever I'm moving here, my red loop point is not what is going to be saved. So if I wanted to have a looping point here, and let me just play this. Not a very good looping point, because this is a piano sample, it doesn't have a sustained looping point, but that's what I have. Now if I save this, this is not going to be saved, because this is just my looping point. I can move it anywhere I want. And I can resize it and kind of like find the looping points. Again, not a good sample. But let's say I decide this is going to be my looping point, so not good, but let's say I want this. In order to apply this to the loop, I have to go to my region and click Apply to Region Loop. So once I do that, and I move this guy away, this is created here. These are my looping points of the region, and I can create some of them here too. Boom. And you can also resize them manually if you want to. And whenever you click on this header, you either select the looping point or the whole region. And again, this red thing is just for you. It just helps you to select things. I can still move it somewhere else, but the looping point remains because we applied it. That's basically the basics. This is what makes it thick. Once you save it, you can use the EP Studio, what is this, EP sample tool to upload it to your EP-40. If you upload this to Medieval or KO2, this would not work. Not yet, until they update the firmware. So it's on them now. This covers both the free and the pro version, the basic. This is just the core. So the free version will allow you to do all these things, but the pro version has like everything and kitchen sink. I really like whatever I wanted to add, I added to it. So I'm quickly going to demonstrate. I'm going to remove all regions. And for example, I can use the auto chop function in the pro version. So instead of me doing this separately, I can ask the system to chop it to extract the root from how it sounds and to create the region. So I'm going to auto chop melodic by frequency, because this is melodic and the frequency auto chopping seems to be the most reliable. So it does the thing, it is a long process, and that's it. See, there is just one little mistake. This the beginning. It kind of didn't took it from the beginning, but the rest is pretty good. And now let's check the roots. A3, C4, D4, F sharp 4, yeah. So also all the roots are correct. And it got the roots by listening to the audio, so I didn't need to know the notes. Now we already see. And it also set up the regions here in the key regions. So everything is just done by clicking one button and maybe just checking, like for example this one, right? It's not necessarily completely correct, but it's a very quick thing to fix. Oh. And I will be making more videos about the features because it's kind of enormous. What I had last time is something really cool, which could be a separate application, but I added to this one, and it's a circular loop sampler. And this is some sort of like, oops, I pressed enter by accident. So tools, circular loop sample, circular loop sampler. I made it and I cannot pronounce it. You said, for example, yeah, I'm going to record loop which is 120, BPM and I want 4 bars in 4/4 tempo. Now let me click the metronome. When I record this, every new 4 bars will be added to this list. So the point is, let's say I want to record a really nice guitar loop in 4 bars. So I will just repeat this over and over, and one of those will be fine, because you know I suck at guitar and I can't really keep the tempo, but I will be just recording them until one of them will be fine. I'm going to make a whole video. I just want to show you the cool things. There we go. We'll rescan this, and my weird microphone is here, and you can see we are already in. So I'm still not recording, but you see how I'm going through the 4 bars over and over and over. But once I hit record, I'm just now recording a loop. See, I record one loop, and now I'm going play 4 bars, boom, 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 and this will just keep recording. And one of those takes will be good, I assume. I built this one for me because it was always a big deal for me to record nice loopable loop of an instrument. And yeah, this actually solved my issue, and this is almost a product by itself, I'd say. Well, anyway, I'll stop it. I can stop the click, and it was always a big deal for me to record nice loopable loop. I built this one for me because it was always a big deal. You can still hear the click from the speakers. Like if you, for example, play guitar, as you're coming out of the loop, the guitar will still sound in the next loop. So I can take this little tiny piece and mix it with the beginning of this loop to get a perfectly looped loop. The next really interesting tool here in the Pro version is the multisample, and you can just multisample any MIDI instrument, so it will sample every note, create the regions, and create everything for you. Now let me go to, let's say, drum kit. I'm in the timeline, I'm in the beats, but let me go to time. I will also explain later in some other videos working with these tools, which are really cool. Again, these are in Pro version as a brush, which allows you to create an envelope just by literally drawing over the wave data, or for example this one, which is rearrange, where you can move part of the audio and put it somewhere else, insert it. I'm just pressing different, like Control, Alt and stuff, or even like merge. The next could be the time stretch tool, which is again the Pro version, where if I select a part of audio, I can then time stretch it. Either all of it, or I can stretch only the part I'm holding without changing the whole loops. And it is time stretching without changing the pitch. And the other tool would be, for example, this one, a retime tool, where I can change the timing of, it's mostly for the drum kits, where I can shorten something while the other things will be enlarged or lengthen. Now, there are many other tools which I will talk in some other videos, because the Pro version has really everything in it, and you will see, if you're going to try it, you will be probably shocked what I put in it. One of the things I was doing lately, and I made an entire video about that, is the historic and world tunings, and it really came crazy, and I really like to use this function. So to be honest, like the Pro version is really like the crazy man version, where anything I dreamed of I put in, and I had to actually stop myself from adding any more stuff and just release this because this would never end. I just had to stop. So you will see once you start looking through the Pro version the amount of crazy stuff I put in it. On the website you will also get some sort of manual in PDF format which has the basics spelled out. And for the homework I need to test this part. I need to test if the KO2 can play sustained loop instrument. I will just upload the key looping as a separate file, and if you can test it with KO2, if it loops in the region or if it doesn't. I will show you with Medieval what I mean, because with Medieval it works. Well, what's the cable here? Let me just go through the EP sample tool. Here, 550. I hate this font what they use because it also looks like 660. I'll use the 550 and I'm going to upload this key looping file into Medieval. I'm uploading right now. Okay, and it's there. So I'm selecting this. All right, let's say here, and I'm selecting 550. Right? So when I'm holding it, it loops inside until I take it off. And I want to know if this works on KO2. So if you have a KO2, try this. And this way I would know that the KO2 has the sustained looping or it doesn't. At this moment I have no idea. And now we are in the looping portion, right? So if I hold it for 10 minutes, this will sound for 10 minutes. So that's your homework. And I will then update my page, which I lost it here. So I will update this if it works or not. What else? Yeah, so I'm going to make more videos because there is so many tools I added to the Pro version. You can do the core with the free version if you don't really want to pay me anything, or you can't, or you absolutely just hate me. Then you know, you can use this free version, whatever, as much as you want. It just doesn't have the goodies. Many of these things I spent, you know, days and days on many of these things. So it's not, you know, it took me a while to get to this point. The file is signed. Yeah, whatever Microsoft the virus tool should not be too concerned. It takes usually some time for Microsoft to catch up to this, because there is all the thing. If I publish something new, a new software, it is signed and everything, but Microsoft would say, oh no, this is from unknown publisher, or it's an unknown file, or we should not allow you to run it. And I had the issues before, right? Google Anti-Gravity, yes, I was trying it yesterday. It's crazy. What, like, yeah, this year would be very interesting as a programmer. I really wanted to have a software where I can make multi-sampled instrument and put them on this guy, but then I realized, no, I cannot put them on this guy. I have to have this guy, right? If you are thinking about buying one of these, there is no point in buying this thing. No point, unfortunately. Until they actually fix the firmware or update it, there is no point. This is the one you want. And it's the same thing for KO2. I like the looks of KO2. I think this is very toyish, but it's also the one which works. The thing is, I don't really, yeah, I don't know if they're going to update anything, or that's it. We will just get some new instruments. And I must say, I was kind of trashing it before. I mean, I was mostly trashing the looks, for sure, and it still it didn't grow on me. No, like the display where you actually see the icons instead of like this thing. I just don't know. But it is fun. It's absolutely fun instrument. With my software, you can make it even much more fun, I believe. So there you go. That's my New Year's gift.
Let me do some quick predictions for the year 2020. What is it? 26. Yeah. So if you are sitting on the board of one of these big AI companies, you'll hear that, yeah, the consumers are very important for adoption and the branding, but they are not the primary profit driver. More and more people like me who use AI and are in the industry, like the software industry, whatever industry, will realize that the goal of these companies is to sell AI to your employer, not to yourself. But we will see. So that's my prediction for 2026, that we'll come to this realization. You can already see this shift, and it's not just the AI, it's all the related industries are shifting from consumer to business. You wanted to upgrade memory, and well, there is no cheap memory anymore, because everything goes to the data centers and business. And this trend is going to continue, which will be shocking for many. We'll be all paying more and more for things which were supposed to get cheaper and cheaper. Happy New Year!